Welcome to the captivating world of short-beaked echidnas. In this video, we invite you to embark on a fascinating exploration of these unique creatures. Join us as we delve into their extraordinary adaptations, uncover their secrets of survival, and witness their remarkable behaviors. Get ready to be amazed by the wonders of the short-beaked echidna, a truly extraordinary mammal that continues to captivate scientists and nature enthusiasts alike. Let's dive into this captivating journey together. Description of the appearance of the short-beaked echidna. The short-beaked echidna boasts a distinctive and remarkable appearance. Its body is adorned with a covering of spines, which are actually modified hairs, giving the echidna a characteristic spiky and prickly appearance. These spines provide protection against potential threats. The echidna has a compact and stocky body shape, with a rounded torso and short limbs. It has a relatively short snout compared to its body size, which is long and slender in shape. At the end of the snout, there is a small, narrow mouth. The echidna's eyes are small and positioned on the sides of its head. They have a dark and shiny appearance. Similarly, the ears of the short-beaked echidna are small and inconspicuous, often hidden within its spines. The overall coloration of the short-beaked echidna can vary. The spines and fur of the echidna are usually brown or black, providing camouflage in its natural environment. This coloration helps the echidna blend in with its surroundings, offering protection and allowing it to remain inconspicuous. Size of the short-beaked echidna. The short-beaked echidna is a medium-sized mammal, characterized by its unique features and dimensions. On average, adult short-beaked echidnas measure between 30 to 45 centimeters in length from the tip of their snout to the base of their tail. Males of the species tend to be slightly larger than females, both in length and overall size. Their length can range from about 35 to 45 centimeters, while females typically measure between 30 to 40 centimeters. In terms of weight, short-beaked echidnas exhibit some variation. Adult individuals can weigh anywhere from 2 to 7 kilograms. Factors such as age, sex, and environmental conditions can influence the weight of an individual echidna. Generally, larger echidnas tend to be heavier, while smaller ones are lighter. It's important to note that these size measurements and weight ranges are average values and can vary among individuals. The size and weight of an echidna can also be influenced by factors such as geographic location, subspecies, and overall health. Habitat of the short-beaked echidna. The short-beaked echidna demonstrates adaptability to a range of habitats, allowing it to thrive in diverse environments. These echidnas can be found in various habitats, including 1. Forests. Short-beaked echidnas are known to inhabit different types of forests, such as temperate forests, rainforests, and eucalyptus forests. They can navigate through the undergrowth and forest floor, utilizing their strong claws for digging and foraging. 2. Woodlands. Echidnas are also found in woodland areas, which are characterized by a mix of trees and open spaces. These habitats provide ample opportunities for the echidnas to forage for ants and termites, their primary food source. 3. Grasslands. Short-beaked echidnas can adapt to grassland habitats, including both temperate and tropical grasslands. They can navigate through the grassy areas, utilizing their burrowing and digging abilities to find food and seek shelter. 4. Deserts. In addition to more densely vegetated habitats, echidnas have also been observed in certain arid regions, including deserts. While their presence in deserts may be less common, they are capable of surviving in such environments by finding suitable microhabitats with access to food and water sources. 5. Coastal areas. Short-beaked echidnas are known to inhabit coastal regions, including coastal forests and dunes. These areas offer a mix of habitats, including sand, vegetation, and rocky outcrops, providing suitable conditions for the echidnas to thrive. The ability of the short-beaked echidna to inhabit a variety of habitats reflects its adaptability and versatility as a species. It demonstrates the capacity to adapt to different climates, from temperate to tropical regions, and occupy diverse ecological niches within its range. Behavior of the short-beaked echidna. The short-beaked echidna exhibits distinct behavioral patterns that contribute to its survival and adaptation in its environment. Here are some key aspects of their behavior. 1. Solitary nature. Short-beaked echidnas are primarily solitary animals, meaning they prefer to live and forage alone rather than in groups or social units. They typically have their own territories, which they mark and defend against intruders, especially during the breeding season. 2. Nocturnal or crepuscular activity. Short-beaked echidnas are primarily active during the night or twilight hours, displaying nocturnal or crepuscular behavior. This means they are most active when it is dark or during the transition periods between daylight and darkness. Their sensory adaptations, such as their keen sense of smell, help them navigate and locate food in low-light conditions. 3. Burrowing and hiding. Echidnas are proficient diggers and spend a significant amount of time burrowing in the soil or hiding in vegetation. They create burrows or seek refuge in natural crevices, fallen logs, or dense vegetation for shelter and protection. These hiding spots provide them with a safe retreat from predators and also help regulate their body temperature. 4. Foraging and feeding. Short-beaked echidnas have specialized feeding habits. They mainly feed on ants and termites, which they locate using their excellent sense of smell. To capture their prey, they use their long, sticky tongue to lap up insects. Echidnas have no teeth and do not chew their food. Instead, they grind the ingested prey against specialized structures in their mouths before swallowing. 5. Defensive behavior. When threatened, echidnas display defensive behaviors. They can curl into a ball by rolling themselves into a tight, spiky ball, exposing their sharp spines as a deterrent to potential predators. They can also emit low grunting sounds or hissing noises as vocalizations to signal their discomfort or ward off threats. 6. Torpor and hibernation. Echidnas have the ability to enter a state of torpor, which is a period of decreased activity and lowered metabolic rate. Torpor helps them conserve energy during periods of food scarcity or extreme weather conditions. While they may experience short periods of torpor, echidnas do not undergo true hibernation like some other mammals. Diet of the short-beaked echidna. The short-beaked echidna has a specialized diet that primarily consists of ants and termites. These insects serve as the main source of food for these remarkable mammals. Here are some key details about their diet. 1. Ants and termites. The short-beaked echidna is an insectivorous mammal, relying heavily on ants and termites as their primary food source. They have a strong preference for these small invertebrates and actively seek them out for consumption. 2. Foraging technique. To capture ants and termites, echidnas utilize their unique foraging technique. They locate their prey by using their keen sense of smell, which helps them detect the scent trails of the insects. Once they identify an ant or termite mound, they use their strong claws to dig into the mound or break open the nest to access the insects within. 3. Lapping up prey. Echidnas lack teeth and do not chew their food. Instead, they employ a method of capturing prey known as tongue flicking. Using their long, slender tongue, they rapidly flick it in and out, allowing the sticky surface of their tongue to adhere to the ants or termites. This lapping motion collects the insects on their tongue, and they draw it back into their mouth to swallow the prey. 4. Grinding mechanism. Once the insects are inside their mouths, echidnas do not chew their food. They have specialized structures in their mouths called horny pads, or gizzard plates, that help break down the prey. By pressing the prey against these structures, they grind the insects into smaller particles before swallowing. 5. Additional food sources. While ants and termites make up the majority of their diet, short-beaked echidnas may also consume other small invertebrates, such as beetles, larvae, worms, and insect eggs, if they come across them during their foraging activities. The diet of the short-beaked echidna is specialized and adapted to their insectivorous lifestyle. Their reliance on ants and termites, along with their unique feeding techniques and specialized mouth structures, allows them to efficiently obtain the necessary nutrition from these small invertebrates. Reproduction process of the short-beaked echidna. Reproduction in the short-beaked echidna is a unique process among mammals, as they are egg layers known as monotremes. Here are the key details of their reproductive cycle. 1. Egg laying. Female short-beaked echidnas lay a single leathery egg, typically during the breeding season, which occurs between June and September. The egg is relatively small, about the size of a grape, and contains a yolk that provides essential nutrients for the developing embryo. 2. Pouch incubation. After laying the egg, the female echidna collects it and transfers it to her specialized pouch, located on her abdomen. The pouch provides a protective environment for the developing egg. The female curls her body to enclose the pouch, ensuring warmth and security for the egg during the incubation period. 3. Pouch development. The egg remains in the pouch for approximately 10 days, during which time it undergoes incubation. The mother provides nourishment to the egg through secretions from her milk patches, which are specialized areas on her skin that secrete milk-like substances for the developing embryo. 4. Hatching. After the incubation period, the egg hatches, giving rise to a young echidna known as a puggle. At this stage, the puggle is hairless and extremely tiny, weighing only a few grams. It is blind, deaf, and relatively undeveloped. 5. Pouch rearing. Following hatching, the puggle continues to develop inside the pouch, where it receives further nourishment from the mother's milk. The puggle attaches itself to one of the mother's milk patches and feeds on the milk secretions, which provide essential nutrients for growth and development. 6. Weaning. The puggle remains in the pouch for an extended period, usually around 7 months, until it is sufficiently developed and independent. During this time, the puggle gradually develops spines, fur, and other adult features. Eventually, the mother stops producing milk, and the puggle is weaned, emerging from the pouch and venturing out into the world. The reproductive process of the short-beaked echidna showcases their unique monitoring characteristics, including egg laying, pouch incubation, and prolonged pouch rearing. These adaptations ensure the survival and development of their offspring in their natural environment. Conservation status of the short-beaked echidna. The short-beaked echidna, according to the assessment conducted by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, is currently classified as a species of least concern. However, while the species as a whole is not currently facing significant population declines or immediate threats, there are localized factors that can impact their populations. Here are some important details. 1. Overall conservation status. The short-beaked echidna is not currently considered globally threatened or endangered. The IUCN classification of least concern suggests that the species, as a whole, has a relatively stable population and is not at immediate risk of extinction. 2. Localized threats. Despite their relatively secure status, short-beaked echidnas can still face localized threats that may impact their populations. These threats include a. Habitat destruction. Clearing of forests, deforestation, and land use changes can result in the loss or fragmentation of suitable habitats for echidnas. Destruction of their habitat can limit their access to food sources and nesting sites. B. Road accidents. Echidnas are vulnerable to vehicle collisions when crossing roads, especially in areas where roads intersect their natural habitats. These accidents can result in injuries or fatalities, particularly for individuals that are slow-moving and may have difficulty evading vehicles. C. Predation by introduced species. In some areas where non-native species have been introduced, such as foxes or domestic dogs, echidnas may face increased predation pressure. These introduced predators can have a negative impact on echidna populations, especially if they prey on vulnerable young individuals. 3. Conservation efforts. Conservation measures aimed at protecting the short-beaked echidna primarily focus on habitat conservation, managing human-wildlife interactions, and raising awareness about the species. Efforts may include implementing protected areas, promoting responsible land use practices, and educating communities about the importance of conserving these unique mammals. Features of the short-beaked echidna. The short-beaked echidna possesses several distinctive features that contribute to its unique physiology and survival. Here are some key details about their notable features. 1. Spines and fur. The body of the short-beaked echidna is covered in a combination of spines and fur. These spines, which are actually modified hairs, provide the echidna with both protection and insulation. The spines are sharp and serve as a deterrent to potential predators, making it difficult for them to attack or handle the echidna. The fur, on the other hand, helps regulate body temperature and provides additional insulation. 2. Defense mechanism. The sharp spines of the echidna serve as a defense mechanism against predators. When threatened, the echidna can curl its body into a ball, effectively exposing the spines and creating a barrier of protection. This behavior makes it challenging for predators to attack or handle the echidna, as they would risk injury from the sharp spines. 3. Strong claws. Echidnas have strong and sturdy claws, particularly on their forelimbs, which they use for various purposes. These claws are well adapted for digging burrows in the ground and excavating termite mounds, which are their primary sources of food. The echidna's ability to dig efficiently with its claws allows it to access food resources and create sheltered environments for resting or nesting. 4. Specialized beak. The short-beaked echidna has a long and slender snout, ending in a small mouth. The beak is specialized for feeding on ants and termites, their primary food sources. The echidna's beak, although not as elongated as that of its relative, the long-beaked echidna, is still well suited for probing and extracting insects from their nests or crevices. 5. Unique reproductive adaptations. As a monotreme, the short-beaked echidna exhibits unique reproductive adaptations. Females have a specialized pouch on their abdomen where they incubate the leathery egg and nurse their young. This pouch is a distinctive feature that distinguishes monotremes from other mammals. Senses and communication of the short-beaked echidna. Senses. 1. Keen sense of smell. Despite having small eyes and ears, echidnas possess a remarkable sense of smell. Their snouts are equipped with specialized receptors that enable them to detect the scent trails of ants and termites, their primary food sources. This highly developed sense of smell helps them locate and track their prey with precision. 2. Electroreception. Echidnas also possess a sense of electroreception, which allows them to detect the electrical signals produced by their prey. This sense is particularly useful when hunting in dark or underground environments, as it helps them locate insects hidden within the soil or termite mounds. Communication. 1. Vocalizations. Echidnas are generally quiet animals, but they do communicate through various vocalizations. When feeling threatened, they may produce low grunting sounds or hissing noises as a warning to potential predators or intruders. These vocalizations serve as defensive signals to deter threats and discourage further approach. 2. Breeding calls. During the breeding season, male echidnas may emit a soft, repetitive crooning sound to attract females. This vocalization is part of their courtship behavior and is aimed at establishing their presence and reproductive readiness. The male's crooning call helps in signaling their availability to potential mates. 3. Other communication cues. Apart from vocalizations, echidnas may also use other nonverbal communication cues. These can include body postures, such as curling into a defensive ball by tucking their head and limbs inside their spiky exterior, as well as scent marking to establish territories or communicate reproductive status. Lifespan of the short-beaked echidna. Short-beaked echidnas have a relatively long lifespan compared to other mammals of similar size. Here are the key details about their life expectancy. 1. Wild lifespan. In the wild, short-beaked echidnas typically have a lifespan ranging from 16 to 22 years. However, it's important to note that various factors can influence their longevity, including habitat quality, availability of food resources, predation risk, and overall health. 2. Captive lifespan. Some individuals kept in captivity have been known to live even longer than their wild counterparts. In certain cases, short-beaked echidnas in captivity have reached their 30s, indicating that with proper care and suitable environments, they can exceed their average lifespan in the wild. It's worth mentioning that individual variations in lifespan can occur within any population, and not all echidnas will reach the maximum reported ages. Factors such as genetics, environmental conditions, and access to proper nutrition and veterinary care can influence an individual's health and overall life expectancy. Understanding the lifespan of short-beaked echidnas provides valuable insights into their population dynamics, reproductive strategies, and overall survival. Further research and monitoring are essential to gain a comprehensive understanding of the factors that influence their longevity in both natural and captive settings. Unique adaptations of the short-beaked echidna. The short-beaked echidna possesses several distinctive adaptations that distinguish them from other mammals. Here are the key details about their unique adaptations. 1. Torpor. One of the most remarkable adaptations of echidnas is their ability to enter a state called torpor. Torpor is a temporary physiological state in which the echidna's body temperature and metabolic rate decrease significantly. This adaptation allows them to conserve energy during periods of resource scarcity or unfavorable environmental conditions. Energy conservation. By lowering their metabolic rate, echidnas reduce their energy expenditure, enabling them to survive on limited food resources. Torpor allows them to conserve energy and endure periods when food availability is low. Temperature regulation. Torpor also helps echidnas cope with temperature extremes. By lowering their body temperature, they can better tolerate both cold and hot environments. This adaptation is particularly important for echidnas that inhabit regions with variable climates. Periods of torpor. Echidnas can enter torpor for various durations, ranging from a few days to weeks, depending on environmental conditions and resource availability. During torpor, they may seek shelter in burrows or nest in leaf litter to minimize exposure to temperature fluctuations. 2. Spines for protection. Another unique adaptation of echidnas is their spines, which serve as a defense mechanism. The spines are sharp and act as a deterrent against potential predators. When threatened, echidnas can curl their bodies into a ball, exposing their spines and creating a barrier of protection. 3. Specialized beak and tongue. Echidnas have a specialized beak and a long, sticky tongue, which they use for capturing their primary food source, ants and termites. The beak and tongue allow them to probe into termite mounds or ant nests, capturing the insects with precision. 4. Monotreme reproductive adaptations. As monotremes, echidnas have unique reproductive adaptations. Females lay a single leathery egg, which they incubate in a pouch on their abdomen. The pouch provides a protective environment for the developing egg and the subsequent young, known as puggles. Relationship between echidnas and conservation. The short-beaked echidna is currently classified as a species of least concern by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. However, despite this designation, they face various threats that can impact their population. Here are the key details regarding echidnas and conservation. 1. Habitat loss. One of the primary threats to echidnas is habitat loss. Deforestation, land clearing for agriculture, and urbanization can result in the destruction or fragmentation of their natural habitats. These activities reduce the availability of suitable environments for echidnas, affecting their ability to find food, establish territories, and breed. 2. Road accidents. Echidnas are vulnerable to road accidents, as they often cross roads in search of food, mates, or suitable habitats. The combination of their slow movement, low visibility, and frequent road crossings increases the risk of collisions with vehicles. These accidents can result in injury or death, impacting echidna populations. 3. Predation by introduced species. Introduced predators, such as foxes and dogs, pose a threat to echidnas. These predators may prey upon echidnas, particularly young individuals or those that are injured or vulnerable. The presence of introduced predators in echidna habitats can disrupt their natural ecological balance and negatively impact their survival. Conservation efforts for echidnas focus on several key strategies. Habitat preservation. Protecting and preserving the natural habitats of echidnas is crucial for their long-term survival. This involves conserving areas of suitable habitat, creating protected areas, and implementing sustainable land use practices that minimize habitat destruction and fragmentation. Awareness and education. Raising public awareness about echidnas and their conservation needs is essential. Educational initiatives can help promote understanding and appreciation for these unique creatures, their ecological importance, and the threats they face. This increased awareness can encourage support for conservation efforts. Mitigating road accidents. Implementing measures to reduce road accidents involving echidnas is important. This can include the installation of road signage, wildlife crossings, or fencing to guide echidnas away from high-risk areas and minimize their interactions with vehicles. Monitoring and research. Continued monitoring and research on echidna populations are crucial for understanding their population trends, habitat requirements, and potential threats. This information can guide conservation strategies and help identify effective measures for their protection. Research and significance of echidnas, including the short-beaked species. Echidnas, including the short-beaked species, are subjects of ongoing scientific research due to their fascinating biology and evolutionary history. Here are the key details regarding research on echidnas and their significance. 1. Unique reproductive system. Echidnas have a unique reproductive system among mammals. As monotremes, they lay eggs instead of giving live birth. Studying their reproductive biology, including egg laying, incubation in the female's pouch, and development of puggles, provides valuable insights into reproductive strategies, embryology, and the evolution of mammalian reproduction. 2. Evolutionary significance. Echidnas are considered living fossils, representing an early branch in the mammalian evolutionary tree. By studying echidnas, scientists gain insights into the evolutionary history of mammals and the transitions from reptilian ancestors to modern mammals. Echidnas provide a window into the ancient adaptations and characteristics of early mammals. 3. Physiological adaptations. Echidnas possess unique physiological adaptations, such as the ability to enter torpor and cope with temperature extremes. Investigating these adaptations contributes to our understanding of how animals adapt to challenging environments, conserve energy, and survive under adverse conditions. Such studies provide valuable insights into physiological processes and adaptations in mammals. 4. Ecological roles. Understanding the ecological roles of echidnas is crucial for maintaining ecosystem health and balance. Echidnas play a role in controlling insect populations, particularly ants and termites. Research on their foraging behavior, habitat requirements, and interactions with other species helps elucidate their ecological importance and contributes to broader ecological studies. 5. Conservation implications. Research on echidnas has direct conservation implications. By studying their population dynamics, habitat requirements, and responses to environmental changes, scientists can develop effective conservation strategies. This research helps identify key habitats for protection, assess the impacts of human activities, and guide management practices to ensure the long-term survival of echidna populations. Ecological role of the short-beaked echidna. Short-beaked echidnas play a vital ecological role in their habitats, and their insectivorous nature contributes to the balance and functioning of ecosystems. Here are the key details regarding their ecological role. 1. Insect control. As insectivores, short-beaked echidnas help regulate populations of ants and termites in their habitats. These small mammals have a specialized diet that primarily consists of these insects. By feeding on ants and termites, echidnas can help control their populations, preventing them from becoming overly abundant and potentially damaging to plant life or other organisms in the ecosystem. 2. Soil aeration. Echidnas contribute to soil aeration through their foraging behavior. As they search for ants and termites, echidnas dig through the soil and leaf litter with their strong claws. This digging action helps break up compacted soil, promoting better air circulation and allowing oxygen to reach plant roots and soil microorganisms. Improved soil aeration enhances the overall health and productivity of the ecosystem. 3. Nutrient cycling. The digging activity of echidnas also plays a role in nutrient cycling. As they disturb the soil and leaf litter, echidnas facilitate the decomposition of organic matter. This process releases nutrients trapped in decaying plant material, making them available for uptake by plants and other organisms. The nutrient cycling facilitated by echidnas contributes to the overall nutrient balance and productivity of the ecosystem. 4. Seed dispersal. Echidnas may also have a role in seed dispersal. As they move through their habitat, echidnas can inadvertently transport seeds from one location to another. These seeds may be present in the soil or become attached to the echidna's spines or fur. By dispersing seeds, echidnas contribute to plant diversity and the colonization of new areas, thereby influencing the structure and composition of plant communities. The ecological role of short-beaked echidnas highlights their importance in maintaining the balance and functioning of their respective habitats. By controlling insect populations, contributing to soil aeration, facilitating nutrient cycling, and potentially aiding seed dispersal, echidnas play an integral part in ecosystem dynamics and contribute to the overall health and sustainability of their ecosystems. Coexistence of short-beaked echidnas with humans. Short-beaked echidnas have shown an ability to adapt and coexist with human presence in certain environments. They are known to inhabit suburban areas, farmlands, and even urban environments, demonstrating a degree of tolerance for human-altered landscapes. However, it is important to be mindful of potential conflicts and take appropriate measures to ensure their well-being. Here are the key details regarding the coexistence of short-beaked echidnas with humans. 1. Habitat adaptation. Short-beaked echidnas have demonstrated a capacity to adapt to human-modified habitats. They can utilize green spaces, gardens, and natural areas within suburban and urban landscapes as part of their home range. This adaptability allows them to find food, shelter, and suitable environments even in areas affected by human activities. 2. Human-induced conflicts. Encounters with humans can sometimes result in conflicts for echidnas. One of the main concerns is road accidents, as echidnas may be injured or killed when crossing roads. It is essential for drivers to be cautious and watch out for echidnas on the roads, particularly in areas where they are known to be present. Additionally, interactions with domestic pets can pose a risk to echidnas. Pets should be supervised and kept under control to prevent accidental harm or capturing of echidnas. 3. Respecting natural behavior. To ensure the well-being of echidnas, it is crucial to respect their natural behavior and provide them with appropriate space. Echidnas are generally solitary animals that require access to suitable habitats for foraging, nesting, and breeding. It is important to minimize disturbance and avoid interfering with their natural activities, such as foraging for food or nesting in secluded areas. 4. Education and awareness. Raising awareness among local communities about the presence and needs of echidnas is important for fostering coexistence. Educating people about the behavior and ecological importance of echidnas can promote understanding and appreciation. This can lead to responsible behavior, such as avoiding disturbance, reporting injured individuals, and implementing measures to mitigate conflicts. Cultural significance of echidnas. Echidnas hold significant cultural importance for Indigenous Australian communities. They are featured in various Aboriginal Dreamtime stories, which are oral traditions passed down through generations. In these stories, echidnas often symbolize important qualities and embody certain characteristics that hold cultural significance. Here are the key details regarding the cultural significance of echidnas. 1. Symbolism in Dreamtime stories. Echidnas feature prominently in Aboriginal Dreamtime stories, which are rich narratives that explain the creation of the land, animals, and the spiritual beliefs of Indigenous Australian cultures. In these stories, echidnas are often portrayed as characters that possess specific traits such as resilience, determination, and survival. They serve as symbols of strength, adaptability, and the ability to overcome challenges. 2. Representation in Indigenous art. Echidnas are frequently depicted in Indigenous Australian artwork, showcasing their cultural significance. Artists often incorporate echidna-inspired motifs, symbols, and designs in their paintings, sculptures, and traditional crafts. These artistic representations not only capture the unique physical features of echidnas but also convey deeper cultural meanings and connections to the land, ancestral stories, and the natural world. 3. Cultural values and teachings. Echidnas hold cultural values and teachings within Indigenous Australian communities. They are revered as part of the spiritual and cultural heritage, carrying wisdom and knowledge accumulated over generations. Indigenous cultures have a profound connection to the land and its wildlife, and echidnas are seen as important guardians of the environment, reflecting the importance of coexistence, respect, and harmony with nature. 4. Storytelling and cultural identity. Echidnas play a role in preserving and reinforcing cultural identity through storytelling. The stories, legends, and beliefs passed down through generations help maintain cultural heritage and strengthen the bonds within Indigenous communities. Echidna's presence in these narratives serves as a reminder of the ancestral connections, wisdom, and cultural values that are cherished and celebrated. Role of short-beaked echidnas in tourism and education. Short-beaked echidnas serve as popular attractions for wildlife tourism and educational programs, providing opportunities for people to observe and learn about these fascinating creatures. In certain regions of Australia, visitors can engage in activities that allow them to encounter echidnas in their natural habitats or within wildlife sanctuaries. Here are the key details regarding the role of short-beaked echidnas in tourism and education. 1. Wildlife tourism. Short-beaked echidnas draw the attention of tourists who are interested in experiencing Australia's unique wildlife. Wildlife tours and nature-based experiences offer visitors the chance to observe echidnas in their natural environments, such as forests, woodlands, and grasslands. These encounters provide a first-hand experience of witnessing echidnas' behavior, foraging habits, and their distinctive physical characteristics. 2. Wildlife sanctuaries. Wildlife sanctuaries and conservation parks often feature short-beaked echidnas as part of their educational exhibits. These facilities provide a controlled environment where visitors can observe echidnas up close and learn about their biology, adaptations, and conservation needs. Wildlife sanctuaries also play a crucial role in the rehabilitation and release of injured or orphaned echidnas, contributing to their conservation efforts. 3. Educational programs. Short-beaked echidnas are incorporated into educational programs aimed at promoting environmental awareness and wildlife conservation. Schools, nature centers, and educational institutions offer interactive sessions and workshops where students can learn about echidnas' unique features, behaviors, and ecological roles. These programs raise awareness about the importance of preserving the natural habitats of echidnas and other wildlife species. 4. Economic and conservation benefits. Echidna-focused tourism generates economic benefits for local communities. It supports local businesses, such as tour operators, accommodations, and restaurants, contributing to the local economy. Furthermore, the revenue generated from wildlife tourism often goes towards conservation initiatives, habitat protection, and research programs aimed at preserving echidna populations and their natural habitats. International collaboration in the conservation of the short-beaked echidna. Conservation organizations, researchers, and governments collaborate on a global scale to protect the short-beaked echidna and its habitats. These collaborative efforts involve monitoring populations, implementing conservation strategies, and raising awareness about the importance of preserving these unique creatures. International agreements and legislation play a crucial role in ensuring their protection across their range. Here are the key details regarding international collaboration for short-beaked echidna conservation. 1. Research and monitoring. Scientists and researchers from different countries collaborate to conduct studies on short-beaked echidnas. They work together to gather data on population sizes, distribution patterns, and ecological requirements of these animals. By sharing research findings and collaborating on monitoring programs, a comprehensive understanding of the species' status and conservation needs can be achieved. 2. Conservation strategies. Conservation organizations collaborate with governments and local communities to develop and implement conservation strategies for short-beaked echidnas. These strategies may include habitat restoration, protected area management, and the establishment of conservation programs. International collaboration allows for the exchange of knowledge, best practices, and successful conservation approaches across different regions. 3. Awareness and education. International collaboration extends to raising awareness about the importance of short-beaked echidna conservation. Conservation organizations, researchers, and governments work together to develop educational campaigns and outreach programs that highlight the ecological significance of echidnas and the threats they face. By fostering public awareness, both locally and globally, efforts can be made to promote responsible behavior and support conservation initiatives. Ongoing research on short-beaked echidnas. Ongoing scientific research plays a vital role in expanding our understanding of short-beaked echidnas. Researchers study various aspects of their biology, including reproduction, physiology, genetics, and behavior. This ongoing research not only informs conservation efforts but also contributes to our knowledge of evolutionary biology and aids in the development of strategies to ensure the long-term survival of these remarkable animals. Here are key areas of ongoing research on short-beaked echidnas. 1. Reproduction. Scientists study the reproductive biology of short-beaked echidnas to gain insights into their unique reproductive system. Research focuses on understanding the timing and mechanisms of egg laying, egg development in the pouch, and the growth and development of puggles. Investigating the reproductive patterns and strategies of echidnas contributes to our understanding of monotremes reproduction and its evolutionary significance. 2. Physiology and genetics. Ongoing research explores the physiological adaptations of short-beaked echidnas, such as their ability to enter torpor and cope with temperature extremes. Scientists investigate the genetic basis of these adaptations and how they influence the animal's survival and reproductive success. Understanding the genetic diversity and population structure of echidnas contributes to effective conservation management and helps identify potential genetic risks. 3. Behavior and ecology. Researchers study the behavior and ecological roles of short-beaked echidnas to better understand their interactions with the environment and other species. Investigations into foraging behavior, habitat selection, and movement patterns help identify critical resources and conservation priorities. Furthermore, studies on the social behavior and communication of echidnas shed light on their social structure and interactions within their populations. 4. Conservation genetics. Research in conservation genetics focuses on assessing the genetic health and connectivity of short-beaked echidna populations. Scientists use genetic techniques to determine population sizes, gene flow, and the effects of habitat fragmentation. This information aids in designing effective conservation strategies, identifying priority conservation areas, and managing genetic diversity to ensure the long-term survival of the species. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey into the world of short-beaked echidnas. We hope this video has provided you with a deeper understanding and appreciation for these incredible creatures. Remember, by supporting conservation efforts and spreading awareness, we can all play a part in ensuring a bright future for the short-beaked echidna and the remarkable biodiversity of our planet. Stay tuned for more exciting wildlife adventures.